Sometimes taking 2 pills is better than 1. On today's edition of Curing Healthcare, we're going to talk about prescription drugs, how to find drugs cheaper, and sometimes maybe even different drugs that do the exact same thing that can save you thousands.
Joining us now is healthcare expert Seth Denson.
Healthcare expert Seth Denson is here to break it all down for us.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Curing Healthcare. Today, we're going to take on the idea of supply chain management with regards to prescription drugs. Now, in some of our other videos, we talk about the various components of the healthcare supply chain. Those components being inpatient services, outpatient services, prescription services, and physician services. But today, we're going to take a primary focus on prescription drugs. How can we be a better consumer and manage and navigate the prescription drug arena? And so what we want to do is talk about things like generics and biosimilars, but more importantly, we want to talk about the tools and resources that are available to you to go out there and be a better consumer and navigate healthcare more effectively. One of the key tools that we oftentimes talk about is a program called GoodRx. Now, this is a free platform. You can download it on your smartphone. You can go online. You can search for it. But this is one key tool that we'll talk about here in a second. Another key tool, though, are prescription support programs. Now, many people don't know that pharmaceutical companies, by and large, have patient assistance programs. And so it's very important that if you're prescribed a prescription drug, that you always look to see if there are other ways to source that drug than just through your insurance ID card. Because oftentimes you can get that drug at a lot less cost. In addition, in some cases, you may even be able to get it for free. And so always make sure if you are prescribed a name brand drug, there's not a generic version or what we call a biosimilar version, that you first check with the pharmaceutical manufacturer to see if they have a patient's assistance programs. You might get that drug for free, and so it's important that you look at those types of things. If you don't, and if you can't, then other resources are available to you, things like GoodRx. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull up on the screen GoodRx. Now this is just a screenshot of the system, and so this is what it looks like when you go there. Okay, so it's very basic, pretty simple, self-explanatory structure where you can type in the name of your drug. Now, Andrew, do me a favor. Type in, let's just go with, let's say, Lipitor. So Lipitor is a drug commonly prescribed to people with high blood pressure. And so what I love about GoodRx is not only does it provide you with cost information, but actual drug information. Too often, Americans, I believe, will take drugs that they don't really know what these things do. They just take them because their doctor has told them to. And so what's great about this is it gives a basic explanation of the drug. Now, it's hard to see on the screen, but if you went here, it would walk you through what the drug is, what the generic is that it goes by, the name brand drug, and what it really is meant to help support and serve. Now, when you scroll down, though, that's where it will actually give you pricing on the drugs. Now, again, may be difficult to see on the screen, but if you look here, and GoodRx does a great job about searching for things near where you live. So, or where you tell it to. So, for example, we set our location near where we are here in the Dallas, Texas area, and it tells me that I can get Lipitor for $19 retail, or I can use their coupon and get it for $8.25. So it gives me the various pharmacies and what price I can get this drug for. Now, understand that if I use this, I am not going to be using my insurance ID card. Rather, I'm using the contracted price that is provided by GoodRx. There's no penalty for that. You should be doing that. It's your money. So always go with the cheapest option. But that may mean that you go to a different pharmacy. And so, again, the information is here. It's good information, and it's a way to save half or more off of the basic drugs. Now, this was a low-cost drug that we've just given you an example for. But what if we have a really expensive drug? So, Andrew, type in Vimovo. So if you type in Vimovo, this is a drug and I'm going to mispronounce this, it's esomeprazole, I think. Effectively what it is, it's a proton pump, okay? And so what Vimovo is it's a proton pump mixed with naproxen, or by the brand name Aleve, okay? So you take these two drugs, and that's this drug. Now, interestingly enough, let's look at the price of this drug. Andrew, scroll down for me. Again, you may not be able to see it well on the screen, but the price of the drug, the average price of the drug is $2,400. Okay, $2,400. So this is a big expense, especially if you have a high deductible. And so the beauty of GoodRx is that by utilizing their platform, you can get this drug for $603. That's 74% off. Right? Now, on the surface, we're going to look at that and go, man, that's a great deal. It's an expensive drug. We can get it for 75% nearly discounted. But is it? And here's why it's important that you take the time to really research and be a good consumer. Andrew, scroll back up for me. Now, if you can't see it, I'm going to read it to you. It says that Vimovo is esomeprazole and naproxen is two medicines together, period. It is quite literally these two drugs stuck together for $2,500. Now, just out of curiosity, what is the proton pump going to cost? If we click on that and just buy the proton pump, by the way, Nexium, by a brand name, is a good example of what this drug is. You can get it over the counter, $11.95 for this drug. Okay? So $11.95 for part one of what makes up Vimovo. Andrew, go back. Now, if you want a part two, remember that's naproxen, or by the brand name Aleve. So naproxen is, for a month's supply, $3.72. So just to clarify, you can go get Vimovo, which is widely prescribed, for $2,500, discounted down to $600, and you might think that's a good idea. But if you really look at what Vimovo is, it is Nexium and Aleve combined together, which you can buy for $15. Which leads me to my point. When it comes to prescription drugs, sometimes taking 2 pills is better than 1. And there's your tip for today on curing healthcare. Remember, when it comes to healthcare, you are the cure.